were going about your life in your heart, you were not really thinking about anything. Your aura was glowing just like this. You were feeling good, smiling every day. Your energy was just super big, going all inside of your chakras, going, and because you were glowing and being so happy, your energy was just expanding and keep on expanding. And then something happened in your life, a situation, an event that just triggers you, and could have been a loss, could have been betrayal, could have been grief, could have been anything that just shift your life a little bit around, any situation. And then poof, you change and you started to overthink, and you started to be in your thoughts. You started to think a lot of negative emotion. You started to create scenario in your head, and you just keep on looping, having this overthinking, worried feelings all the time with you. And it's been hard to come back to your openness and to your beautiful aura. What happened when a situation happened and you started worrying, you started overthinking, is because there was a block that came in your chakra. So when I'm gonna give this situation like a grief happened. So sudden grief happened, you lost someone or you lost a friend, could be a death or could be even like a breakup. Any situation that appear in your life, and let's say for example that it happens in your heart space, in your heart chakras. So what happened is that the energy went up, and as it should every day go up through all of your chakra and have all of your chakra open. So your root, your sacral, solar plexus, a heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown. So when this grief, this situation happened, it literally put a big bar. So it cut the flow, and the energy cannot go through again anymore, because there is a situation that just like cut the energy to go up. And what happened after this like big event, this big situation in your life happened, your life changed completely. You starting to change a lot, and you started to live in your head instead of your heart. So, and by the way, some people can have this block on their heart after a betrayal, after a loss of relationship, someone who died in their life. They can have this block in their heart for many years, and some people can die from it eventually down the road. So it's really important to acknowledge and to feel emotions and not bypass any grief, any situation that traumatized you, and to just go in it so you can just go through it. But now the worst thing that happened is, so you've been through grief, you lost a relationship, you've been through a big life-changing event, and the worst is not only that you're gonna have a big block in your heart because of that event that happened, but you're also gonna start overthink everything. You're gonna start being in your head instead of in your heart. And a lot of people are gonna go on big spiritual awakening through these type of event because they feel like they need to learn the lesson, they need to learn what happened in their life. But some people are just gonna stay in that mode. Some people are not gonna go through a big awakening, they're just gonna start to overthink about everything. They're gonna start to really be in their head because there's a block in their heart. And when you start to overthink, when you start to be too much in your head, you increase a lot of emotion like fear, worries, all these lower vibrations. And those lower vibrations are darker. They're like, they just pull you down instead of joy, peace that just makes you more expansive, makes you feel better, make your energetic field stronger. These lower vibration, fear, worries, overthinking, overanalyzing, trying to control every situation because you're too much in your mind and you don't live in your heart, because it's hard to be in your heart when you've been through grief, betrayal, you lost a relationship. It's harder. It's like you have this big clog on your heart. So, and then what happened is that your energy, instead of being expensive, large, and beautiful, your energy started to be way more contracted around you, and it's gonna make you feel smaller. It's gonna make you shrink more instead of being more expensive and open and high vibrational. So all of this happened because you've been through a situation that it was not even your fault. This situation that happened, it just arrived because life arrived, life happens. But all of this can be changed the way you interpret the situation and the way you move through life. So if you go through life and you want to keep that grief's gonna, it can stay forever in your life if you never work on it. So what you want to do, and if you start overthinking, if you start worried, if you start to have fear, you can ask yourself why you are doing this. So just come back to yourself, ask yourself why, and just remember when the last time you were not overthinking, you were not in fear, and is there any situation, try to track it. Is there any situation that happened in between the last time I was feeling like this, smiley, vibrating, radiating, expansive, and happy with my life? And just try to remember when was the last time you felt this way and what happened in between for you to feel this way now. Because all of this overthinking, this worries, is actually contracting your energetic field. And most of the time, this is related to life circumstances, something that happened. Maybe you lost a bunch of money as well, or maybe you lost your power in a relationship. Could be any type of block. There's so many type of block that can happen that cut your chakras, and once the flow is cut, your flow of life, your energy, your life force is cut as well. So you start to live in your head more, and you're not so much in your flow, and you're not so much in your heart. So when you are in that space of overthinking, of overanalyzing everything, the best thing you can do is to try to come back into your heart space, because the heart is in the center of both of the upper chakras and the lower chakra, and it's one of the strongest to help you radiate your energetic field in a much more expansive way. So what you want to do is connect back into your heart. So go from your mind into your heart space. And every time you overanalyze, every time you try to control a situation, just to catch your thoughts. So the first step is always to be aware of your thoughts. And so be aware of your thoughts, catch yourself when you're overthinking, and start to be anxious about the future, start to think too much about the past as well. So it could be depression as well. So whenever you feel like you're not so much in the present moment and you start overthinking, just the best thing you can do at first is to catch your thoughts. Catch your thoughts and then connect back to your heart. And there's a bunch of exercises you can do to connect back to your heart. So you can just place a hand on your heart and start to breathe from your heart space. You can shift all the energy down from your face and just bring it all down to your heart space. And you can just place your hand, feel your heart. That's a really good one, to feel your heart with your hands and just breathe into your heart. And so you want to really focus on healing your heart, so you can just bring all the energy all the way back in through all of your chakras, so your throat, your third eye, your crown, so it can start to expand again, and that you don't live in your head anymore. You stop overthinking. And most people that overthink, overanalyze, or try to control, it's really because, don't judge them if you know some of them, don't judge them, it's because there's part of themselves that are just unhealed that needs to be looked at. And when you are taking care of yourself, when you start to acknowledge these things within yourself, that is when you can start to heal them. But if you're not conscious of it, then you can just carry those things inside of yourself your entire life and just die from it. So it's very important to check in with yourself. Also, what happens with people that overthink, overanalyze, and control, often they think that it's because of the situation that happened to them, but all of this is we create our own reality, we recreate all these scenarios with the wound that we have inside of us. So everything that happened in our life is because of something we need to work within ourselves. So we create all of this. There's not such a thing of this happened because of this other person, this outside thing. Everything we create within ourselves. So if you hold on to an emotion and it causes you that keep your grief, keep your heart closed for a very long time, you are doing this to yourself. So it's important to know how to actually release it and learn how to reverse it so you can feel like this all the time. Because the goal of life is not to be overthinking in your head and having this constant worries, fear, and feeling like you need to control everything. The goal is to be in your heart, feeling expansive, feeling alive, feeling happy, and just feeling like you're healthy and vibrant and alive. Because it's possible you feel like this all the time, but when you don't know how to master your energy, you don't know how to understand yourself, it's when you can stay stuck in these kind of situation. And this is something that I teach actually in my course, the Soul Expansion Method, where I teach about the chakras, how to realign your chakras, how to rewire your belief, your mindset. I give you so much tools to release trapped emotion and how to work with releasing old beliefs that you've been carrying that were not even yours. Most of the time it's like our parents, our grandparents, our lineage, and we just need to just learn from it, know that it was there, that is not ours actually, that it was passed down, and now that we're aware, then we can consciously release them and switch it for a better belief that can make us feel like this at all time instead of like this. And once you start to master your energy, you really can create the best shift within yourself, and that can ripple onto other people that are around you as well. So you can really heal other people when you heal yourself with all of your inner turmoil. So once you heal your heart and or any other chakras that has a block, it could be the sacral chakra, it could be the solar plexus, any chakras, then the energy can flow again freely and you can get out of your head and have this vibrant aura, so you can look like this other happy person next to it. So that was it for this week, guys. I hope you learned a little bit about energetic field and how overthinking is actually can kill you, literally. It can bring you illness. It can create a lot of imbalance in your body. So stop overthink, be in your heart instead, and just follow your intuition, and you're gonna feel the best you can feel at all time, feeling expansive, feeling magnetic, and feeling healthy. And you can, once you reach that point, then you can also help others feeling like this as well. So if you have any question, you can email me, and if not, you can look my course in my website, in my YouTube bio. And if you have any question, just reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer you, and I'll see you next week for another video.